A second grader is dead tonight. A man is hospitalized, and the hunt on for the man responsible for targeting that man and getting that child killed in the crossfire, according to police. Cleopatra Murphy has details from this morning's tragic incident.
A family and the community are left in mourning after a young child's life was tragically cut short, virtually on his doorstep, after an alleged drug-involved incident early this morning.
Fellas must see was out here fighting this morning and one ran off. Go get the gun and come back, he's shooting at the next one. But then when he was shooting at, run in the direction of my cousin house and he went inside those. And when he went inside those, the fella fired him, that's how the little boy get.
The mood was somber on the family property at Piper Lane off Wilson Track. As officers collected evidence, Cameron's aunt stood on the sidelines and wept, while a young cousin was comforted. Cameron's cousin Miguel Feast says the family, particularly the 7-year-old Columbus Primary School student's mother, are devastated.
That could have been my child. I can't even begin to imagine, like, say how she feeling, because I don't know. You see, and that's a baby. That's a last child. He get killed for nothing. Just because niggas, someone run in any direction and he just pick it up.
Bullet holes remain in the door and its frame following the shooting that also involved another man. Assistant Commissioner of Police Clayton Fernander says police were called to the scene shortly after 7:30 a.m. about an alleged drug altercation between two men.
One of the male produced a firearm and fired several shots at the other male, resulting in him getting hit, shot to the body. At the same time, there was a between 6 to 7-year-old boy who was on his way from school to school. He had just left his door. Some relative was waiting on him in a vehicle, and he was shot during the crossfire.
Cameron died in hospital shortly after. Area residents who gathered around the yard heard the shots ring out. They were emotional.
Children, I have grandchildren, and it's like a shock to me because it could have been one of my grandchildren, or it could have been my son or my daughter, so I don't know what to say.
Lee running in the back there, saw a little boy dressed in his uniform on the floor with a bullet wound. Was very heartbreaking and very furious this morning for the Wilson Track family. Did it hit home?
Cameron's cousin Miguel says he no longer feels safe in the yard, and for the safety of his children, he may move. At the same time, Cameron's 12-year-old cousin broke down in tears at the loss of the 7-year-old, who was also a friend. He had one final message for him.
He's my best cousin. I say I miss him.
Cleopatra Murphy, ZNS Network News.
Well, police have launched an island-wide manhunt for the man responsible for that double shooting that claimed 7-year-old Cameron Cooper's life. That man is 32-year-old Johnny St. Luke, a resident of Wilson Track. He is described as standing at medium height, between 5'4" tall and 5'6" tall, with a dark brown complexion. Assistant Commissioner of Police Clayton Fernander says drugs have been the cause of many of the shootings in that surrounding area, and police will launch an all-out assault on that. He's assuring the public and family that police will find the culprit.
Community where we have information that drugs is being sold, and the folks will feel the police presence in these areas. All of my officers, Chief Superintendent Cashews and you will see us out there in full force with the commander of uniform operation. I think now it's high time that we continue and be consistent with our full court press within these communities where we know that drugs is fueling a lot of these shootings.